Welcome to this channel, my dear friend, and today we're going to discuss about the overview of signaling process and also about a significant step in cell signaling, which is signal transduction. So in our previous video we discussed about various types of cell signaling such as autocrine, paracrine, endocrine, juxtacrine. So this is not juxtacrine, this is juxtacrine. In the previous video, for some mistake, I wrote it in this way. I'm sorry for that. So if you understand this process in a very detailed way, then you will get to know that this has nothing to do with the actual cell signaling process. This is just giving you a brief idea of this signaling cell which is releasing this messenger molecules, the primary messenger, so the extracellular messenger molecules, and these are affecting these target cells. So we are not actually discussing that what is happening inside the target cell once it receives these signaling molecules, and that is the reason I made this video. Today in this video we're going to discuss about that process. So you see the entire process of this signaling sort of thing, that means the overview of signaling, it is very elaborated topic. If you want to make notes out of it, it will be very descriptive and it will go for pages, and hence I made this short diagram so that everything can be understood in just one diagram only. So making notes out of it is completely your choice. You can either replicate it in the way that it is, or you can make your own notes out of it, and this completely depends on you. So let us understand this topic. You see, there are two cells. This is the signaling cell and this is your target cell. So everything that's happening in this region, it's inside this target cell. So you see, these primary messengers are being released by this signaling cell. So now what are these primary messengers? If you just look at this diagram in a very detailed way, you will get to see that I have written two messenger molecules. One is a primary messenger and another is a secondary messenger. So talking about this primary messenger, it is very simple. If you just associate this process with your own life, you see, just as a generalized aspect, we can say that food is our primary requirement, and then shelter and family and everything else comes as our secondary requirement to sustain our life, isn't it? That means without food, the other processes, that means finding a shelter or transportation and then everything else, would never be possible, because we wouldn't live without food, isn't it? So that's the primary requirement. And similarly, in the cell signaling process also, the primary requirement is this messenger molecules, the extracellular messenger molecules, because without the involvement of these molecules, these processes, the entire process of the cell signaling inside the target cell would never actually happen. And that is the reason these molecules are known as your primary messenger molecules, the extracellular signaling molecules. So these signaling cells are releasing these signaling molecules which are affecting this receptor on the cell surface receptor on the target cell, and this is causing a signal relay. That means the signal that is being transmitted by the signaling cell, it is going inside the cytosol of the target cell. So once the signal reaches the cytoplasm, it can have two different pathways for expressing itself. It can either bind with some proteins and activate the effector protein. So this effector protein would then release the secondary messenger. So there comes your second, you can say, messenger molecules, which are very, very important in this entire cell signaling process. So these primary messengers are usually proteins such as GPCR and everything else, and these secondary messengers are secreted inside the cytoplasm of this target cell only, and this usually constitute of your nitrogen oxide and calcium ions and about your cyclic AMP and many more other proteins and everything else. So once this effector protein is being activated by the signal which is released by the signaling cell, so what actually happens is the effector protein further synthesizes, that means it produces the secondary messenger which transmits the signal to this protein kinases. So these enzymes, the protein kinases, what this does is this further takes the signal and goes to the target protein and phosphorylates the target protein. That means suppose if you have a target protein, the protein kinases would add a phosphate group to the target protein so that the protein gets activated, and if the protein gets activated, it would result in some sort of cellular response. So this process is that simple. If you want to have the overview of entire process, what happens, that means the signaling cell will synthesize and release these primary messengers, which would eventually affect this effector protein, and this effector protein would synthesize the secondary messengers such as your calcium ions and other cyclic AMP. And this effector protein, once it synthesizes the secondary messenger would affect upon this protein kinases. Once these protein kinases are being activated by the secondary messenger, it phosphorylates the main target protein inside this target cell, and the entire process is known as phosphorylation. That means if you are to just brief it in one line, then you can write that addition of phosphate groups into the target protein is known as phosphorylation, and it is usually carried out by this protein kinases only. And once this target protein are being activated, this would result in some sort of cellular response. That means the cellular response can be suppose change in enzymatic activity, or regulating the cell death and everything else, various other processes. So that is the entire process of the signaling. That means one pathway that this signal can have to express itself. Another pathway can be that once this signal comes inside the cytosol of the target cell, it can bind to some other proteins which are freely found in the cytosol. So now these other proteins would come and gather around this signaling molecule, and this would also follow some sort of this activation pathways only and have some sort of cellular response. So that means the target cell would be affected. So that's all regarding the overview of cell signaling. And remember the term that I used, this is overview of cell signaling, and it has nothing to do with various types of cell signaling such as GPCR and everything else. Means this is just an introductory video so that you can have an idea of what you are going to understand in GPCR signaling and RAS-MAP signaling and IP3DAG signaling and many other more signaling processes. So that is all about the entire signaling process if you want to understand it in very detailed way. So now let us understand regarding several steps which are usually, you can say, means the several fundamental steps of cell signaling. So the first step is your reception. Now reception means you can say the process of this signaling molecule when it gets embedded with the receptor on the target cell, and this process is known as reception, and it has nothing more complications to it. It is just a simple process. And then the next process is your transduction. Now transduction is that, suppose when your signaling molecule reaches the cell and it gets inside the cell, I mean the signal gets inside the cell, afterwards entire processes, means various processes that follow leading to this cellular response are included in this transduction process. So the two most prominent and the two most important steps which occur in this transduction, signal transduction, is your adding a phosphate group and removal of phosphate group. So this addition of phosphate group would occur due to the action of protein kinases. That means if the signal comes inside the cell and activates protein kinases, so this would phosphorylate the target proteins, and this would lead to some sort of signaling process. This would have some sort of cellular response, which is a third step. Or in the alternate manner, what can happen is, if the signal comes and binds with some protein, and phosphatases, another group of enzymes, remove the phosphate groups attached to the protein, so this would instead lead to another type of signaling process. And that's all about it. That means reception is the binding of signaling molecule and receptor, and then transduction is everything that happens before the cellular response, such as activation of protein kinases, and before the activation of protein kinases there occurs the activation of effector proteins such as adenylase, cyclase, and many other more proteins are usually involved here. So these topics come under the transduction process. And then third and the most important step is your cellular response, where various types of responses are generated within the target cell. That means the desired output is being achieved. So that's all about this video, and in the next video we're going to discuss about the signaling molecules, the primary and the secondary messengers, and also about the two distinct types of